Well, all right. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Midnight Hour. I am your host, Skip Townsend, along with our pal Peanut. What a good boy. On the Townsend Radio Network. So Peanut had a little interaction with a car a few years ago, so we call him our Christmas miracle. He's now head of security for the Townsend Radio Show. Mostly he just keeps an eye on things. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Someone's been licking his butt. So I have a Townsend Christmas story for you. It follows the traditional story, The Gift of the Magi. Many of you may have heard of it. I'll just recap it for those who haven't. A couple very much in love. It was Christmas time. They didn't have money to buy presents. She had long, beautiful golden hair, and she decided she would cut it so she could buy her husband a gold watch chain for his gold pocket watch that was handed down from his family through the generations. He, in turn, decided to sell his pocket watch so he could buy his wife some combs and brushes for her beautiful hair. Well, when it came time to see each other and exchange gifts, they realized what had happened, and they fell even more in love and had perhaps their best Christmas ever. So the Townsend Christmas story is similar. Same loving couple, very madly in love. And the woman also cuts her hair, but that's because she's just robbed a liquor store so she could afford to buy her husband a present. And she wanted to not be identified. The husband, in turn, hawked his pocket watch at the pawn shop so he could get a gun, so he could rob a convenience store, so he could then buy his wife some beautiful combs and brushes for her brilliant hair. Well, when the magic time came on Christmas Eve for them to exchange their gifts and they realized what had happened, they were really pissed at each other, and they fought. But eventually they made up, realized they still had a little bit of money left over from the robberies, and they bought themselves some cheap wine and had drunken sex until they passed out. They were woken up the next morning by loud knocking on the door. He comes to the door. Of course, it's the police. And they're both led away in handcuffs. And that is the Townsend Christmas story. And we think it's a happy ending, as you'll see from this photograph of the couple being led away. Well, Peanut says Merry Christmas. He's got to make his rounds now. He is in charge of security after all. This has been the Midnight Hour with your host Skip Townsend and head of security Peanut on the Townsend Radio Network. Merry Christmas, have safe and happy holidays everyone, and we'll see you next year. There you go, buddy. You're free.